Well, hi, and welcome again to Templates for Change. This is part of our 10-minute Turning Point series, and we're calling this one Your World, Its World. And some fascinating things to think about and put into practice in this particular turning point. Just before we go on, I'd just like to remind you of the idea behind this particular series. It's to give one very simple, clear concept, which, when understood and put into practice, can really help improve the quality of day-to-day living and make life just that little bit more special. That's what this series is all about. So let's go. So this one starts with when a person gets up in the morning. Now let's kind of think about what actually goes on. And very often, we get out of bed and before you know it, our mind turns to some of the day-to-day affairs that need to be done. Or we might be sort of going straight to the kitchen, on with the kettle, or into the fridge and out with the juice. Might just really want to sort of quickly have some refreshments. And then doesn't it often happen that one's mind starts to link in to some of the things that need to be done, or some kind of unresolved issue from the day before. And before we know it, we've dived back into our own world. And that particular kind of thought process pretty much revolves around us as the center of the universe of it all. It's all about me. It's all about what I'm doing, what I need to do, what I could have done, should have done, what somebody said to me. It's all about me, or I. And in some ways, that can be pretty constricting. So this particular turnaround is suggesting something just a bit different. So rather than one day drifting into the next, how about having a definite, conscious, clear beginning to every day? And instead of going back into our own small world, how about opening our mind up into the bigger world? And of course, all we have to do is open the door or open the window and look around. Take the coffee outside, have the juice with the window open, and cast around. See what's actually happening before we even woke up and rejoined our consciousness into the world today. That's what this is all about. How about sensing the day? It's quite a thought, isn't it, that before we open our eyes and get out of bed, so much is already going on. That we're in a particular season of the year. The weather is very specific to that day. Birds have been singing since dawn, well, before dawn really. And there's such a great big world out there, all happening. And we enter into its world. There's a thought. We come into a world that is already established and ongoing. And what a marvellous thing that we have the gift of consciousness to have a perception, an appreciation and a value about that. So how about looking up at the sky? Every day the clouds are so different. Or maybe it's a clear blue sky. But every day has got that unique quality and nature about it. The warmth and light from the sun provides something so special to life on earth. And it's there before us. It'll be there after us. And then, we turn on the tap and the water comes out. We have water to drink. We dive in the shower. We have water to keep ourselves clean. We walk outside and the earth beneath our feet gives us stability It's amazing, really. And our senses and our minds can appreciate all of that. Now, this is a little bit different to thinking about that conversation at work yesterday, or, oh, that job I've got to do, or mustn't forget to pay the bill today, or one of a myriad of thoughts that it's so easy to start the day with. How about thinking about the bigger, more permanent aspects of living and their constant changing nature? Every day, a new day, a fresh day. And you know what? The amazing thing is, when we do this kind of scan around, we're actually a very, very small part of it. But we're very much a part of it. And that's pretty special too. And when our mind goes on to the bigger things, a bit like Alice in Wonderland, we shrink down, probably into a much more realistic place in ourselves. And as the world around us assumes its natural proportions, somehow it can encompass us within its largesse. And that's really quite special. Definitely a very fortifying way of thinking, and something well worth a bit of mind space, a bit of thought process, a bit of morning time. And aren't we lucky? And so, a person can do this just for a few moments, even 5 minutes, and it brings a vitamin into the day. It gives us a much brighter, richer place to start from, before we do all the things that, of course, all of us have got to do. Get to work on time, or get the children to school, or whatever it is in our lives is pressing upon us. But we do find that we have a different and fresher perspective on where we are and what we're actually doing. And of course, in the natural worlds, every single day is fresh and new. And maybe we can take a leaf out of nature's book. Just that few moments, reflection time in the morning, can influence the whole day in a very healing kind of a way, because we find ourselves refreshed and fresh. We find ourselves with our world within its world. And this photograph of the fern unfurling, well, I think that's a very evocative image to think on. So, do hope you found this useful and enjoyed it. And if you'd like to find out a bit more about what we do, then do visit our website, www.templatesforchange.org. Bye for now.